Hello and welcome to another edition of RentReady with Stephenson's, where we discuss the general application, operating procedures, and safe handling of our tools and equipment. Today, we'll be spotlighting our series of submersible pumps. At Stephenson's, we carry three different types of submersible pumps. We've got a sand and solid pump, we've got a standard 2-inch submersible pump, and we've got a 2-inch high lift pump. All three pumps are going to use the same type of discharge, either a 2-inch cam lock or the 2-inch threaded fitting. Let's take a look at each one of these individually, starting with our sand and solid pump. This pump is going to be used in situations where you have muddy water or water with some small debris in it. The pump has a small agitator on the bottom that allows it to suspend particles and break up small debris like leaves and twigs. It can then get discharged out of the side port of the pump. It comes with a 20-foot cable. It'll pump up to 39 feet of head, and it'll pump roughly 40 gallons per minute at 10 feet of head. If we move on to our 2-inch submersible, we're going to notice we've got a strainer basket on the bottom to capture any larger debris. We've got a 2-inch discharge on the top of the pump. This discharge can be rotated at 45 degrees for shallow water pumping. It comes with a 32-foot cable. This pump will pump a 39-foot head and pumps at roughly 60 gallons per minute at 10 feet of head. Our 2-inch high lift pump again has the basket strainer on the bottom to capture any larger debris. It has the same rotating discharge port. Comes with a 50-foot cable. This unit will pump up to 59 feet of head and roughly 60 gallons per minute. Both the 2-inch and the 2-inch high lift will both fit down a standard inside diameter 8-inch pipe. Let's go ahead and do the pre-use inspection. First thing we're going to do is check our basket to make sure that there's no debris or sticks or leaves stuck in the basket. If there is, we can remove the 3 bolts off the bottom, take the basket off, clean it out, and put it back on. We're then going to inspect the cord. We're looking for any nicks, frays, or exposed wires. Then when we get to the plug, we're checking for any scorching or burning, and we're checking to make sure the ground prong is still in place. To attach our hose, if we're using the threaded hose, we can go ahead and thread that on right now. Or if we're using a cam lock system, we can thread the cam lock adapter on. We're then going to go ahead and attach our hose. Making sure that we put our safety clip in place. We're then ready to lower this pump down into the water. At Stephenson's, all of our pumps come with a poly rope attached to them that you can use to lower it down. We do not want to use the cord or the hose to lower it down into the water. When we're finished operating the pump, we simply have to use the poly rope to pull it back out, and then we can remove the hose, taking off our safety clip and pulling the plugs down. So one of the options that we have for any of our 110 volt or 220 volt submersible pumps is a float switch. A float switch is going to control the depth of the water. You can either have it set up to pump dry, or you can have it set up to pump to a certain specific level and then shut off. To attach a pump, simply plug into the float switch and then plug your float switch into the power source. Thanks for joining us for this edition of RentReady with Stephenson's. You're now ready to rent one of our 2-inch submersible pumps. Remember, before you start any job, please stop, think, and then act.